everyone, I'm Jacob. I play Tithla. She's a ranger. Tithla's in Barovia because she's tagged along with some friends and somebody needs to look after them.
Hi, I'm Haz, and I'm playing the character of Theodore, Satyr, Circle of the Moon Druid, whose main motivation is to find a good revel and turn into a giant angry fey bear to protect his friends, particularly his best bud Tithla.
Hello, I'm Josh, and I shall be playing Killian Maxwell, a elf celestial warlock who has been travelling around Barovia for a little while and has joined up with the Tempest Guild to try and find his place.
G'day, my name's Tom. I'm playing Jonor, the Aasimar divination wizard. He is here to find the best and the worst of this world, and he's doing it with a bit of naivety and optimism.
Hello, I am Raph, and I'm playing Styx, who is a Gloomforged Paladin, on the journey of rediscovering themselves, quite literally, in the land of Barovia.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Curse of Strahd 5th edition campaign. A warning, gentle viewer. Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which means you may hear adult language or adult themes throughout this episode. Hello. Welcome back, everybody. We are. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see all of your gorgeous faces once again. We are here playing our Curse of Strahd campaign, the premier horror Dungeons & Dragons adventure for 5th edition or 5.5 or D&D 2024, whatever title they agree on. We are here. We are excited to jump in. We have, unfortunately, 2 apologies for tonight. 2 of our players are unable to make it. Tom is away on his honeymoon. Fair enough. I think we can give it. No, I'm seeing shakes from everyone here. Tom, not good enough, mate. Jonor's going to suffer. I'm sorry, but I can't take it out on you right now because you're not here. But Jonor's here, and he just looks so much like you. So we're just going to take it out on him. No, Tom is obviously away on his honeymoon, having an absolute blast. Very, very jealous. Looks like he's having an amazing time. He will be back next week and for our Halloween special. Now, the question I was going to pose to you is, do we want to do our Halloween special on the 28th, which is what I'm leaning towards, which is next week? Or do we want to do it on the 4th, which is technically after Halloween? I think my preference would be, because I think it's exactly in between. Halloween's on the Thursday, the 31st. It's almost halfway in between.
You go before, you lead up to it. Everyone's over it by the time first comes around.
I think by 10 p.m. on Halloween night, most people are over it. So let's do it on the next week. That's perfect. We'll have our Blinsky special, our Halloween special, next Monday. So Tom will be back in time for that, which will be excellent. Tom is in the Maldives for his honeymoon, so that's why we are all insanely jealous. He's having an amazing time. Raph unfortunately can't make it tonight. Jacob's just gone. He's so upset about Tom's Tom's honeymoon. Unfortunately, Raph's not able to make it tonight. It seems rather appropriate. I think, was it last session we were joking about how we have a national skin cancer and that's melanoma? Was that on Curse of Strahd?
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
We were discussing it. We weren't joking so much.
We weren't joking about it. We were discussing it and having a bit of a... I think we were talking about how it is one of the things that Australians do need to be a bit more careful of. It was rather well timed. Raph has had a rather suspicious mole cut out of his back and he's unable to play tonight because his back is so sore he can't sit up on his chair. So we're hoping Raph has a really speedy recovery. Could not be more appropriate timing for that one. Very sorry to hear that you had a really suspicious mole, Raph. I'm really pleased it's now gone and that it's not anything more serious from the sounds of it. But really good message for all the Aussies. If you do have any moles that have grown or changed, just go and get them checked out because... our national cancer is melanoma. It's worth being on top of this and checking it out. So unfortunately, Raph won't be here tonight. I'm going to try and limit how much I play, obviously, as Jonor and Grinner. It's best if we have players play player characters. So I'll be doing my best to try and seamlessly, narratively remove them from the scenario and the environment. And I'm sure the players, unlike every other time I've tried to do this, will allow the characters to gracefully exit stage left when the time comes. Fingers crossed.
We can bring them on the stage if you want.
That's okay. In terms of other fun announcements to share...
I've got something real quick. Quick little PSA.
Yep.
This weekend, Mason Peters has 3 shows in Texas. So if you're in Texas, tickets still available.
He faked me out. That was
just randomly Googling, actually.
He spent this
time.
Yeah, so I faked Jacob out. Obviously, we try and avoid Jacob's special news blasts. I faked him out with a fake start to the stream, which worked wonders. And we actually caught him. He did not have any announcements to share at that point. Clearly, he's been frantically Googling or asking
we got
Jeeves.
Baby.
I suspect he's been asked Jeevesing. Is that how you say it? You guys ask Jeeves? Yeah,
well,
ask
you
Jeevesing.
either
I think you asked Jivesing. Did you jive?
Ooh.
That's a different thing.
Oh, okay.
That's something you can't do on Twitch anymore. TOS.
Damn it! Can't believe they did that. Yeah. So
Texas.
That's okay. You don't need to repeat it. It's all good, mate. So
Peters.
let's do our recap. Let's jump into the session. Obviously, we've had a bit of a spicy couple of sessions leading up to this one, so I will do a slightly more thorough recap, and we will jump into the session. Unless there's anything else fun we have to share before we carry on. Nope, looking good. Great. Let me do the recap and let us jump back in. Our series has been following the adventures of the Tempest Adventuring Guild. Theo, Jonor, Tithla, Styx, and Killian. Having become trapped within the realm of Barovia while searching for some missing adventurers, the team are now preparing to take the fight to Strahd and Sergei. On a mission to recruit allies and arm themselves, the team travelled to the ruined fortress of Arginvostholt. With the fortress once housing a noble order of knights led by a silver dragon, the team were hoping to find some assistance and possibly a fragment of Styx's sunsword within. Instead, the crumbling ruin housed only the dead, revenants unable to pass on and seemingly trapped in the memories of their deaths. Attempting to recruit said revenants, the team discovered that to gain their assistance they would need to break the curse placed upon these knights by recovering the skull of the silver dragon Arginvost from Castle Ravenloft. Committed to this course of action, the team was surprised by the arrival of a black carriage outside the broken keep, led by an old friend. Grinner had returned to escort the party to Castle Ravenloft for dinner, revealing he had been spending some significant time trying to form an alliance with Strahd in the hopes of taking down his brother Sergei. Feeling something was a little off, Killian used his Warlock powers to pierce through illusions and revealed that Grinner was indeed now an undead. With this knowledge shared with the group, Grinner revealed that Strahd had indeed turned him into a vampire spawn. The team, obviously quite nervous about this development, Grinner revealed some more information. That the village of Barovia had been brutally attacked each night by hordes of the undead, and that he was fearing for the safety of the villagers, Grinner requesting that the party provide assistance, either to help defend the town or find a safe place for the villagers to flee. After passing by the embattled village, signs of fortifications and an archer's nest being constructed, the group entered the grounds of Castle Ravenloft. Greeted at the front door by Rahadin, the dusk elf butler the group had previously encountered, the team were informed their attire was unsuitable for dinner. Escorted to a changing room, the team soon found themselves dressed in far fancier clothes, fey form in Theo's case. Reuniting with Grinner, who was now sporting a cut on his cheek after some backtalk to Rahadin, the team finally entered the dining room. And awaiting them was the master of Ravenloft, Strahd von Zarovich himself. After a little bit of tension over Grinner's transformation to a vampire spawn, the group were invited to sit and enjoy some food and drink. The team were suddenly surprised by the arrival of a familiar face, however, a special guest joining them for dinner, Katerina, but with the same red irises as Grinner now sported. Taking their seats, ensuring they were seated as far away from the vampires as they could, the dinner started off a little cold and awkward. As delicious and very personalised meals were served to the party, the conversation did start to warm up a little, both sides using the opportunity to gain information from the other. Strahd, however, soon turned to business, outlining the current situation with his brother Sergei and proposing an alliance to break the balance of power and destroy him. Before the team could get into details further, though, Rahadin burst into the room, interrupting Strahd. Expressing his displeasure at this situation, Strahd strode out of the room with Rahadin, requesting the party enjoy some food and drink in his absence, and that he would return momentarily. And that is where we left off last session. As the doors to the dining room close behind you, you hear the sound of footsteps fading away, echoing in the high stone halls of Castle Ravenloft. In the momentary quiet, you watch as Katerina, who her head had been previously bowed, looks up, has a bit of a glance around the room. Yes.
Jonor, did you have a question for Grinner?
I don't know if I had a specific question for Grinner. I was just going to take a sip of this wine. Did you have a question for Grinner, Tithla?
No, you're a very inquisitive guy. That's all. You're kind of a questions guy. You're very learned. You're good with the words. I wouldn't want to hold you back from using your words.
Got a bit of a question for you, actually, Katerina. Are we alone in here? No one's listening, are they? Which is Katerina sort of looks around and nods and goes, there won't be people listening in on our dinner. No. Definitely not. Sort of a pause.
Can you confirm that, please, Grinner?
Well, I mean, I'm here, but I'm not really listening, so that doesn't count, does it?
I don't know. So we're good here then?
What,
How long are they going to be?
Well, I don't know. You said he'd be back momentarily. It means he'll be right back.
Katerina, obviously you don't know.
Grinner, Katerina, would you like to say give Jonor a tour throughout the castle while we wait here patiently and not doing anything suspicious?
This is why Haz gets an inspiration, and Killian and Josh both get my wrath for tonight. Haz, you may enjoy an inspiration.
I get.
Oh wait,
I get
Killian and Tithla. That's pretty funny. Fuck you, Josh. Jacob's just gotten really good. Jacob's just getting really good. No, Jacob's forgettable. That's why he's so forgettable. I was like, I'm targeting Josh with this. No, Jacob's been practicing.
Can I check that comment?
Okay. No, you're both. So Jacob and Josh, your characters, Tithla and Killian, there will be punishment tonight for that. You were going to suffer for trying to make me do both those characters' voices back to back and have me just talk to myself all evening.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No idea. I was genuinely interested in what Grinner thought.
I'm pretty sure we finished with Jonor having things to ask, but okay, not bad.
Theo, it's, as you say that, you watch as Katerina nods emphatically and leans in a little bit. Even though she just assured you that there was no chance of being overheard, she does lean in and lowers her voice slightly, looking towards the door. Yes, I did promise. I did promise, Jonor, that I would help you locate a certain magical item, a crystal ball within the castle. If you would care to accompany me, we might have a few moments for me to go and fetch that item for you.
Oh, no way. I had no idea you'd promised this, Jonor. You did not mention anything of this nature whatsoever. Why have you been keeping secrets from all of us?
Well,
Haz is just watching that inspiration fly away. Haz, please remove the inspiration.
Legitimate question, actually.
Yeah, he watches
Jonor. On the
Jonor.
back of you didn't tell us about that town that there was the witch in that sunk. We just found out about that.
To be fair, that did happen in my dreams. It might not have been real. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to scare you. I mean, last time I brought up the stuff I was seeing, my body hanging from a gibbet, you all kind of told me that it was fine and to ignore it. So I was trying to do that with the village a bit as well.
Well, Luther, sorry, Jonor.
To be fair, his character art did just come up on the overlay, so I get that.
Perhaps we should probably talk about this when you get back from your trip with Katerina.
He watches Grinner, shakes it, goes, "No, I want to hear what he's got to say. You guys keep the secrets from each other. That's not how we should be. We should be friends, right? We should be sharing this sort of stuff."
Whether we are friends still remains to be seen. You are a vampire spawn, and I'm still not convinced you are not going to try to make a lunch of us.
Not just any vampire spawn. Strahd's vampire spawn.
Yes, King of Dicks Strahd, you are his vampire spawn.
As you say, King of Dicks Strahd. Theo. Weirdest sense of unease just momentarily washes over you as you feel the hairs on the back of your neck rise for a moment and then die down. Just this odd sense of unease as you say that.
As a slight RPG story that only Thomas would actually get, when we played the Curse of Strahd module before, once we beat Strahd, we had a little map that we just hand draw map with text on it and an eraser when we did. When we finished with the map.
Oh, you've shown me this.
Yeah, you've seen King of Dicks Strahd,
yeah.
I drew a little doodle of him and gave him a crown of cocks, and that stayed on there through the entire next campaign.
I remember this reference because when Tom was doing the D&D, when he was doing the Christmas D&D, he had the map and he showed me the map with all of your annotations, and we were joking that I wonder if you'll be able to slip in some of these references. This Curse of Strahd playthrough.
Unfortunately, King of Dick Strahd has been removed. He did not think it was appropriate to have King of Dick Strahd when he ran a session for some work colleagues.
Tom, you're
I think
disappointing.
it's poor form.
Lame,
Yeah.
Tom.
What good colleagues then?
And those work colleagues are here in chat tonight. Possibly.
Look, one of them actually does watch all the videos on YouTube.
Jacob, we salute you. Not you,
Yeah.
Jacob. Other Jacob.
Hi.
Not you, Jacob. Other Jacob, we salute you.
At least I'm Jacob and that other Jacob.
When do we tell him? Never mind. It's all good, mate.
No, just say random D&D.
I'm sure it was worth. I'm sure it was worth slipping that in. There's going to be no consequences for Theo.
Can we stop talking about dicks and slipping it in? I think there that isn't
As you say that, I hear it back. Yeah.
I did quite the synergy there, really.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not how it goes.
No. Okay. It's going to be one of those sessions tonight. I could already tell.
Spooky back of neck feelings aside, I think time is of the essence. If you wanted to go give Jonor that tour while we wait here patiently, that'd be good.
Are you guys going to be all right by yourselves? I mean, I don't want to just take off.
Will be fun. I mean, you've been keeping enough secrets from us at this point. It feels like basically the same as if you're here or not here.
Yeah. And I've got to finish my rabbit roast entree, so like lots to do.
You watch as Katerina looks around, nods, holds out a hand, and sort of guides Jonor out, begins heading out through the door. As she pauses, she gets to the double doors that lead out of the dining room. She kind of pauses for a second, looks back and goes, "Not that you were planning on doing any exploration, but if you were, avoid the second floor. Just head past it."
It's out of bounds?
No, not officially, but you won't find anything there that you're looking for. She nods.
I see.
She nods and then guides Jonor out. Perfect. As Jonor sort of turns around and goes, I didn't mean to keep it a secret. I'll explain myself later. As he heads out through the doors.
I don't think you will.
Now you got to explain that, Tom. You will.
Probably just have a sleep instead of actually contributing.
I have to say, your ability to hold a grudge is exceptional. It's impressive.
I mean, like 3+ people had their lives on the line, and Homeboy wanted a nap.
I'm very impressed with your ability to hold a grudge, Has. It is very impressive, and Theo's as well by extension. As you watch as Jonor kind of like shakes his head, looking a bit chastised would be the right word. He makes his way out, and the double doors close behind you. As you turn back, you see Grinner putting his feet up on the table, sort of stretching his shoulders out. As he reaches forward and grabs a glass of the wine, has a bit of a sip, because it puts it back. Right, what did you want? What did you lot want to do? We got a room to ourselves. You want to sit here and drink this shitty wine, or go get a real drink?
I think we can both agree that this wine is anything but shitty. It is the most exceptional wine that has ever entered any of the many realms.
All wine tastes the same though, doesn't it? It's all just red grape juice that's been like very mildly fermented.
Yeah, it just sits for a bit and goes yucky.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tifla. Spot on. Beer's what a real person drinks. Whiskey even better. Beer's just like watery piss.
What about blood?
Imagine
blood?
the best whiskey you've ever had.
Yeah.
This is the wine. What the best whiskey you've had is to literal piss.
This camera's got. We did get that, Has, but it was slightly delayed. You're back now. Do you want to give it one more go?
Hey.
It's gonna be a good session.
The best whiskey. This wine is to. Oh fuck! Oh god! Fuck off, man! It's good wine. You can't.
Do you want me to cut this bit too, Has? Or are you happy to commit now? Great. I mean, cut what? What again? Yeah, right. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, look, I'll take your word for it. You know more about wine than I do. It's not really my area of speciality.
Well, I think I'm going to go to the bathroom. Killian, Tithla, would you like to join me in the bathroom? Grinner will be right back.
Well, I said I'm gonna have my roast. So
do you know where the bathrooms are? You don't want to go wandering about here. It's a bit dangerous to go sort of like just wandering.
Rahadin showed us where the bathrooms were already, so it's completely fine. We can make our way there. Tithla, I need your help in the bathroom.
Oh, I thought we got past that.
You must have known that was coming.
It is the hemorrhoids. They are back. I need you to put on the ointment.
Oh, the cream?
The
The
cream?
one that, like, you gotta rub in real good.
Is that the one?
Okay, I'll, Grinner, can you get some soap for after? Like, so
Wait,
wash my hands.
you doing this in the bathroom?
You know what? That's a good point. Is there soap in the bathroom?
There'll be soap there. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think I need to go fetch soap, do I?
No, you can stay right here and not leave this room. Would be probably what you need to do best. Otherwise, you'd be at risk of the hemorrhoids.
Yeah, you might catch it. I've been told it's contagious.
I thought, well, I mean, if you're the medical genius, Tithla. If you tell me hemorrhoids are contagious, so I'll make sure. Is that why you're sitting so far away down the other end of the table, Theo? You don't want to sort of give us your hemorrhoids?
Not again.
Has he given them to me once already? I don't remember that.
Don't you? Well, we can talk about it later. That's okay.
Look,
See that cough?
I'm not an idiot, all right? I know you lot are going to go do some sort of fight shenanigans around a castle. Look, offers there. Offers there to help. If you want a friendly face there to help make sure you lot don't get into too much trouble. But if you tell me that you're just going to the bathroom to put cream on Theo, then whatever, you do that. But
that is what we're doing?
Are we not doing that?
That is exactly what we're doing, Tithla. No, he is mistaken. We are up to no shenanigans whatsoever. Since you left us, we've as a group decided that shenanigans were no longer what we wanted to be a part of.
Hey, wait.
I don't remember that.
What was I the source of the shenanigans when I left this group got boring? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
More we got depressed and sad that our closest friend decided to abandon us for a life of being undead.
I didn't abandon you. It wasn't really.
Went missing.
It wasn't really much of a choice, though, mate. And I was always planning to come back. It just sort of things got away from me, and then when the shit happened with Barovia, made it. I've only been gone a couple of nights, guys. About a week. Let's not get this too out of.
I'm sorry, Theo. You know that with your hemorrhoids, we've got to do it at the right times, so we shouldn't delay this.
You are correct. Let us go, Tithla. Killian, I need you to come and observe Tithla on the off chance she gets weird.
If I catch it as well.
She gets burned again. Can't use her hands.
Wow.
Hey, hemorrhoids get.
Foreshadowing is a literary device. You carry on.
There's a line, okay?
You lot do what you need to do. I just saying. Like, I'm sorry about how this all went down. It's not what I intended. I'm here to help if you need me. All right? Just do it. Just let me know.
I believe that. Maybe if you say it next week when it's canon.
It is. When Grinner speaks, no matter who's puppeting the mouth, that sounds weird. Can we try that again? When Grinner speaks, no matter who's playing the character, far more normal. Why did I go for that first option? When Grinner speaks, no matter who's being the mouthpiece, it is still it is Grinner, and yeah, second one was the best.
There's no way you can get around that.
Yeah.
Can I just take a moment? I'd like to apologize to everyone watching and listening to this.
What for?
It's a thing. It's a thing.
I think it is right for you to apologize. We've been waiting for you to do it for quite some time, Jacob. We're hoping that this is the beginning of your journey into.
Well, from what I've seen, interventions normally get a banner, and there's no banner here, so I'm disappointed. Okay, we don't even care enough for a banner.
Does the intro banner count? The file name is Curse of Strahd banner.
Oh. Does it have intervention written on it? Yes or no? See, this is the shit that I'm talking about. I'm
can
sorry,
add it
everybody.
in paint.
We'll move on.
Critter. Right. No, look. Just office stance. If you're gonna go do shenanigans, I would let you know that there's a lot of places in this castle that aren't quite safe, and it's probably best if you have someone who sort of knows what they're doing. But if you tell me you're just going to the bathroom, that's fine. I'll just wait here. Pretty boring, but I'll just wait here. If you find some whiskey on your way back from the bathroom, bring it in. Just a little bit.
Didn't you give up the drink?
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm starting to feel I'm going to need it again. You lot are making me feel stressed out.
Huh. Okay.
To know what the source is.
Good. Well, off to the bathroom then, and Theo pushes back his chair, gets up, and
Tithla takes one last big bite. Worried that she won't be able to have any more food when
we
she
should
gets
do
back.
this officially. Theo, can you roll a deception check for the last 5-10 minutes of lying? And I'll roll an insight check for Grinner. Maybe he doesn't.
I could have hemorrhoids. You don't know what Theo has.
Yeah, but your intention.
They're all good berries.
Look, if you 24, let's quickly roll for Grinner. Hang on, let me make this a public roll so you can all see where Grinner gets. Grinner might have no idea you're up to shenanigans. I clearly had assumed that there'd be shenanigans, but maybe that was wrong of me to do. All right, has that come through? No, you can't see it. Let me make it public.
Does Grinner have advantage based on the familiarity?
That he knows you guys? No, but I'm giving him a very mild plus to this.
He's been gone for so long.
No, never mind. That's a 10. Grinner just nods and goes, all right, yeah, no, look, good. I'll catch you guys when you get back then. I'll just sort of sit here and make sure the food don't get cold. And if there's any leftovers you don't want on your plates, I'll finish that off for you too. You've barely touched yours, Killian. Do you not want your prawns?
No, I'm good, thank you. One thing though, you might want to take your feet off the table before Daddy Strahd sees you as I walk out.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, all right, fuck off, mate. As you begin to walk out the door. Killian, Theo, and Tithla. As you push open the double doors and head back into the hallway that led down to this dining area.
Tithla starts walking straight to where the bathrooms are.
It's okay, it was a ruse. The hemorrhoids have not flared up again.
Wait, you lied?
No, it was a ruse. It's similar to a lie, but it is okay when they are potentially evil vampires.
Oh, so it's like a trick.
Yes, it's just a harmless prank, like when you hurled tomatoes at him.
That had some very serious ramifications that I think is still plaguing our relationship to this day.
Yeah, those consequences persisted. The only person who holds a grudge like more viciously than has is Grinner.
that was a 100 on a D100 on how bad that was. So like, pretty sure it's bad.
Well, this is not going to be so bad. Now I think she's giving us a hint. I think when she said not to go to the second floor, she meant to go to the second floor. So I say we go to the second floor.
I mean, I'm so confused. I was ready to.
That's why you just follow along.
Now.
Yeah, you can pop the cream away.
You sure you don't need a top up?
Maybe after. It is not so important right now.
Okay. Don't forget you've got your cushion if you need to sit. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Do we see everything that's on the map?
As you move back into the chamber, you see everything that's on the map except for the two figures.
Oh, good.
As you emerge, you just see Strahd and Rahad standing there as they both turn back towards you, and Strahd goes,
"Oh, you!
What, you do not find the food not good enough for you still? How many prawns do you need to be satisfied?"
You cannot see anything.
Yeah. You watch as Strahd quickly turns into mist as he sees you coming. No, as you emerge around back into the corridor that Rahadin had led you down to get to the dining room, you can see in front of you the large octagonal hallway, this massive entryway that led you into the castle initially. The double doors leading out to the courtyard just beyond, over towards the left of where you are, over towards the east. You can also see stairs looking like they head up to the floor above, directly in front of you to the north. And to your right, you can see stairs that lead down, looking like they head into a lower section, as well as a section of stairs that appear to lead up to a crenellation high up on the castle walls above. And there's a set of double doors over towards the east as well, as you get to the main hallway.
Cool.
I think I described this before, but I'll give you a quick rundown as well, just in case. The walls of this castle are stone, old stone that has been worked and repaired time and time again. This place has a sense of age to it, this ancient history, to the point where the castle almost has this presence itself as you move through underneath the shadowed wooden beams above, holding aloft the upper floors. There's the distinct sense of being almost in like a tomb of a long forgotten place. A sense of quiet and watchfulness inside the castle itself. Yeah, that's what you see in front of you as you move back in.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you, as Australians, do your
Taxes?
floor scale when it comes to buildings. Because in the UK, we do ground first, second, and I know Americans do first and second.
We have no consistency.
We
across the
have
entire
zero
country.
consistency. It depends whether or not the British or Americans were present for the construction. Occasionally,
we even throw in some random ass ones like just sort of like L1, L2, L3,
Yep.
ground, first floor, second floor. It's complete fucking chaos.
we are so good on so many areas with the metric system, but for some reason we've been infected with old imperial floor numbering methods, and there's no consistency. I would say the newer buildings on the whole in Australia generally have ground floor, first floor, second floor as it goes up, and then basement 1, basement 2 as you go down. That normally is the case, but older places, probably 20 years old and older, yeah, Haz is right, like lower ground, basement.
Yeah.
It's awful. There's no
You could have
consistency.
lower one and then basement.
Yeah, for sure.
How's that going to apply to this then?
Ground floor is where you are currently. If it is on the ground floor, if it has not had to be excavated down, it's ground floor. Anything excavated is basement. The further down you go, the higher the basement number.
So
Everything
there's no
above-
L1, it's just basement?
Just basement. Everything above ground floor is level 1 upwards as you head up.
So the right way. Okay, good.
It's not L1, it's level 1.
I think we should change something different to have floor 0 is what ground floor is.
Ground floor is floor 0. Agreed.
Yeah. I have a new trick that I can do. It's from a. I've gone through my abilities and things, and I've had a bit of an update or an upgrade, should we say?
Oh, you've just reflected on your magic and you've refined your methods of spell casting.
Yeah, I feel a bit musical now. If we were to go up to the first floor, I have an ability where I can potentially locate something we might be looking for.
That could be fun. I mean, I have Froggy too. I can send him to scout for us so we don't get caught.
That's a good idea, yes.
I'm here.
Yes, no, you're an integral member of the team.
Yeah.
When we need to steal the thing, you'll be the one doing the stealing.
What? That's dishonest.
So, I mean, no, we're not stealing, we're repatriotizing.
Oh!
If you think about it this way, it's technically not stealing because the Strahd stole the skull from Argynvost, so we're just grabbing. I
forgot about the skull. It's not even his.
It's like if say an imperialistic force went around the world and collected artifacts and then puts them in a really nice museum and then refused to return them to their place of origin. It would not be immoral to do the returning.
Surely that said museum wouldn't say that no, we're not going to return things because we don't trust that you wouldn't damage them and destroy them and have already damaged and destroyed multiple items already themselves?
Surely not. That would be.
That wouldn't make sense.
Look, I had one good moment about 10 minutes ago, right? Do we have to now?
If you don't get what Jacob's referencing, we're not explaining it. Carry on. Because I'm just going to have to edit it out.
Let's go to floor 1 and or 2, depending on which area of the globe you're from. Which realm.
So sorry, when she said don't go to level 2.
Yes, we're going to go to level.
Is that level 1 or is that level 3?
I actually have no fucking idea.
I walk past a plaque that says you're currently on the ground floor. I think we need to go up one.
I'm gonna give you a hint. You came in through the front doors into this main hallway. From the ground. You stepped off the ground onto this current floor to get to this.
And she said don't go to floor 2.
She said don't go to the second floor. She said the second floor.
Oh, that's even more confusing.
No.
Is the second floor 2 or is the second floor the second floor off, like including the ground floor?
Do you know what? You're gonna have to find out.
Which floor were we on when we got dressed?
I don't.
You went down a set of stairs into one of the basements.
Oh no, that's the other way.
And then you came back up again. Yeah.
Can I roll like a history check or something for this?
Do you want to roll an insight check to try and figure out what she was trying to tell you? Is that kind of what?
Are you trying to see if you saw the architectural drawings for this and how it was referenced then?
So actually, to be fair, while you were while you're at the Wizard of Wine Vineyard in that Undercroft, there might have been some diagrams or maps that the Were Ravens have mapped out. The Keepers of the Feather have mapped out. It's a 7. Theo. Second floor. I mean, it's going to be the second floor. You're on a floor. If you head up 2 floors, boom, that's the second floor. Oh wait, but what if this is and if you head up 1, that's technically the second floor that you arrived on, since you've got no idea. This shit's
How is
confusing.
this the most challenging puzzle you've set for us this entire campaign?
And it's completely unintentional.
It's my fault for asking the question.
Who started the conversation about floors? It was Josh. Josh has made this the hardest puzzle I've ever set in D&D. It's harder than that one time I set a really obvious door that had a open padlock on it. It took the players 20 minutes to get through it, opening the door.
It was rather BB though.
It was a pull, not a push. They went to push and the door didn't open. And I was like, hey, push the door, nothing happens. And they were like, fuck, what do we do? It took like 20 minutes. I was just sitting there like, at some point I've got to say something. Like, what am I doing? Why am I like this? It's very funny. That's why I was like this.
Well, it's probably the way you were raised. Probably has a lot to do with it. There's a whole nature versus nurture argument. You know, how much of it is innate for who you are as a being.
Both my parents are massive trolls, so that checks out. Yeah.
There you go. Probably a lot of nature, not nurture.
Get a lot of my humor from both my parents, who quite enjoy that sort of trolling.
Your parents aren't Ettins?
No, they're drama teachers, so way worse. So, as you have a bit of a look around, Theo, you've got no idea. This is tricky.
We need to go up at least 1 floor. We'll check it out there. If we need to go up 2, we go up the second one. Let's get up there. Should I send Froggy out now, or do you reckon we can make it to the top of these stairs and then I'll send him out to explore individual rooms?
I mean, let's just walk up the stairs, okay? Like, it's stairs.
Let's walk up the stairs. I can.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, I can do my little trick, and then if my little trick tells us the direction we need to go in, we can then send Froggy off to scout ahead, and then Drakev and Tithla can keep an eye on our rear.
Okay.
This is what she'd
like
do.
Behind us.
No, they have to again.
I'll put the cream away, okay?
As you step into the great entryway, that's a good place. As you step into the great entryway, Theo, Tithla and Killian not too far behind. As you step in and look around, you can see that the enormous vaulted ceiling above you rises high above the ground floor. This dusty hallway lit dimly by sputtering torches in the iron sconces on these enormous stone columns rising up from the ground. Clinging to the surface of the stone columns, probably about, I'd say maybe 9-10 feet up off the ground, you can see these 8 stone statues, monstrous, almost slightly demonic looking, hanging on to the side of the stone columns. And as you step into this main area, you watch as all of them turn their faces down towards the lot of you and follow you as you begin moving through.
Sorry, are the faces following us or the entire bodies?
The entire head and face as they turn towards you. The eyes carved into their stony visage. It's impossible to kind of see where the eyes are looking. You watch as the entire head just turns and looks down at all of you.
Tithla stops and then looks at it, and then takes a few steps back, and then a few steps forward, and then a few steps back, and then a few steps forward, just to see if they're still watching.
Yeah, they follow every movement.
That's very disconcerting.
Yes, I think we should be moving past here as soon as possible. Let's keep going.
Okay. Tithla goes back again and forward again.
Heads follow, watch. As you get to the bottom of the stone stairs and begin making your way up, there's a groove in the very center of the stairs. An indentation.
Tithla looks for a plaque, whether it says ground floor.
Do you want to make a perception or investigation check, please, Tithla?
Absolutely. That is Tithla's.
As you look, you can see that hundreds of years, maybe more, of feet walking over these stairs has ground down a depressed groove in the very center of the staircase, creating this uneven surface to the stairs. The handrails on either side are made of bronze that has rusted and begun to age, stabbed into the stone of the castle walls. Almost like a wound, the stone crumbles around the slowly rusting bronze. Tithla with a 22 as you look around. No plaques. But as you glance back up towards those figures, the stone statues, you watch as All of them except one have gone back looking into the very center of the chamber. One of them, the one that's closest to the pillar where you're standing, has changed where it was gripping onto the stone column. In fact, it's climbed around the outside. Rather than now clinging to the outside with its head up, it's turned around, its legs clinging to the upper part of the column, almost as if it started to climb down. It's looking towards you, focused on you, Tithla. As the head has cocked ever so slightly, the lips just pulling back away from these sharp, stony teeth.
Ew.
Doesn't seem to be moving now, though. Seems frozen in place still.
Tithla keeps looking at it as they continue to walk. Just walks backwards. She's got to keep an eye on the rear, so that's her job.
Eventually, Tithla, you have to blink. And when you do
I've
so,
seen this episode of Doctor Who.
And when you do so, the stone statue is gone.
That's not okay. No, Jacob, we alternate blinking, okay? You keep an eye on it, then I keep an eye on it, okay? You know what?
Tithla,
you do the one eye wink.
Tithla, it's gone. As you
Oh no.
turn to Jacob to get him to obey, it's gone. There is no stone statue there anymore.
We're in trouble.
What are we in trouble for?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
We've only just walked down the corridor.
Are we on the corridor of the ground floor or the first floor?
We need to work that out.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, the statue's run away. It was looking at me, and then I blinked, and then it ran away. But I didn't see it run away. I just saw it wasn't there.
What do you mean? What? I mean, the statues are weird, but are you saying they followed us?
Well, I'm saying it's gone. I don't know if it's following us because I can't see it. Have you seen the episode of Doctor Who? Have you seen it?
Oh,
You don't know what he's talking
What's
about.
a Doctor Who?
Who?
Doctor Who?
Oh, it must have been a dream I had. Well, I had this dream one time about these statues and they moved when you blinked, and the dream was called Blink, and it was crazy.
I think it was called Don't Blink.
This is my dream. Thank you,
Sorry.
spiritual god.
Sorry.
Spirit of God.
I'm just your
The voice in
subconscious.
my head.
Yeah. Tithla, the statue there's no sign of it. As you look around frantically, describing all this to your companions, it's gone.
I didn't want to be like Jonor and not share about my dreams.
That is very responsible of you.
Thank you.
That seems like that would be a really significant burn if Jonor was present to hear it.
Tom will listen back and he'll just be sitting there going, oh, each time one comes around. That'll be the exact noise he makes. I'm calling it now. Tom, if you had just made that noise before for when Jacob got that, you're going to have to let us know next session. And there'll be a special reward for you in the Blinsky special.
All right, well, let's get going. I'll keep always one eye out.
As you begin making your way up the stairs, you arrive at the top of this rather impressive stone landing. The stairs curved around towards the east as you make your way up. As you get to the top of the stairs, you can see in front of you a very large stone corridor with two sets of stairs leading up to a floor above. In between them are alcoves recessed away from the rest of the room itself, and two suits of armor stand almost in this position of almost like a salute. The metal mace that they each hold held against their chests, and one of their hands held up in a fist straight up. Dust floats in the air here, and you can see the staircases beyond rising into darkness. The armor is old, very old, and it looks familiar. As you have a bit of a closer look, you feel like you've seen this armor somewhere before. The mace as well. The maces, there's this design, this decal on them that looks a bit similar to some design you've seen in the past. Fairly recently too.
Does it look like the Knights of the Silver Scale, whatever the
damaged and clearly been repaired, but Theo, yeah, as you have a bit of a look over, you can see these very faint draconic designs, almost like wings wrapped around the helmet. You can see spines positioned, creating this almost like dragon-like visage of the helmets. And the maces, you can almost see what looks like a draconic head recessed into the metal, creating this metal mace of draconic design.
It's a bit on the nose.
Yep, that's slightly concerning. Do these look like they're trophies, or they're put out like service, like armor would have been put out in that sort of time where it's like, this is the armor of our castle, of our land, of our people, sort of thing?
Killian, do you want to make me an investigation or a perception check? But I'll give you a little bit regardless of what you roll, unless it's a natural one. So I might just pause for 2 seconds.
That one.
That would be a perception.
Perception.
Doing that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That was almost a 17, but it's a 14.
14's still good. Killian, as you look at these armor sets, the fact that they're doing this almost like half salute, you get the sense this is more trophy than it is display of the Ravenloft armor. I mean, from what you've seen, the coat of arms that hangs from the tattered banners aloft Castle Ravenloft, it's hard to see exactly, but it definitely features raven-like designs. This draconic design you've only seen at Arginvostholz. You get the sense that likely these are trophies. And the salute is a very sick, insensitive, decision here, so that whenever Strahd walks past, or anyone who enters Castle Ravenloft, the armor of the Knights of the Silver Dragon is there saluting him.
That's a little bit insensitive. Well, let's see how this works. And I'm going to reach into my pocket and I'm going to pull out a compass that I've had for a very, very, very long time, but don't rarely get to use now because, what's the point in this place? I flick it open and I begin spinning the dial round, and I just keep spinning and spinning and spinning, and a little bit of magical energy goes into it. And as I sort of do the final flick and let it keep going, that's me casting Locate Object on the skull of Argenvostholt.
Now, it's not an object that you've seen before or encountered or interacted with before, but it is one that you've had kind of described to you. And I would say that with the spell wording, what you're sort of attempting to do here isn't going to be exceptionally difficult. Could I get you to... Let me have a quick peek as I pull open the new version of the spell. Has it changed significantly in the new version? I don't think it has.
Not really, no.
I don't think it has.
There's a couple of name an object that is familiar. You sense a direction to that object's location. Yeah. If that object is within 1,000 feet of you, if the object is in motion, you know the direction it's moved. Yes, pretty much the exact same.
Easy. Yeah, so that's perfect. So you're locating the nearest object of a particular kind. In this case, dragon skull, right?
Yes.
Perfect. As you activate the magic, you feel this compass spin for a moment as the magic swirls around it. You close your eyes, Killian, and focus. You watch as the compass spins faster and faster and faster, the needle blurring away, and then finally, all of a sudden, slamming to a halt. And as you tilt the compass, I'm going to say it's one of those more like nautical compasses that as you tilt, you kind of get this 3D approach. It's almost got a sphere suspended. Yeah, it's got that sort of balance beam. I'm thinking almost like a sphere with the needle attached to it, or maybe even do you want to even have like a gemstone with a coloration that points in the direction you're looking, that sort of hovers in this metal lattice, and as you rotate, you can see this sphere of crystal move around it. Yeah, cool. All right, great. If you're happy with that, let's go with that then. As you look at the discoloration on the crystal, it seems to be pointing up to the floors above, not directly above, but slightly south of where you are currently located. And Killian, as you have a bit of a look, looks like it's more than one floor up.
Okay, so looking at it, the skull is more than one floor up, so it's either on the 3rd or 4th floor, or the 2nd or 3rd floor, depending on how you judge your floors.
We've already discussed this.
Levels?
Where you guys know that you were
not including mezzanines.
That's what you get.
Innumerable, I suppose.
No, I say it's 1 or 2 floors up.
Okay. Well, let's try and find some stairs up. Are those things in front of us stairs up?
Yeah, you can see 2 sets of stairs on either side of the armored figures, on either side of these suits of armor. laid out as some sick trophy.
I send Froggy up the stairs real quick for a little hop around just to see through his eyes and see if there's anything unexpected or up the stairs and around the corner.
Perfect. Froggy, are you having your little frog familiar? I guess my question is your frog familiar trying to be sneaky or just heading upstairs?
I mean, relatively sneaky, not like colossally sneaky, but like he's not ribbiting or anything.
Okay, he's not ribbiting.
He won't be rolling stealth, but he'd be, like hugging the inside turn on the stairs rather than being out in the middle of the stairs.
Ribbit.
Yeah. I'll keep concentration up on the spell for the full 10 minutes as well.
Easy done. As the frog sort of hops up very slowly up the stairs, as it gets to the top of the stairs, Theo, you can see a large open stone corridor. At the far end, on a dais, is what almost looks like a throne sitting in this large stone area. It almost looks like a court where a king might listen to petitioners or people come to describe problems that they're asking for help with. An audience hall in some ways. But it's empty at the moment. As you look around, you can see not much of interest. Dim light from the courtyard illuminating the room through the glass and iron lattice work windows that cut through the wall. The darkness in this room, though, seems slightly more oppressive. The iron sconces that are placed all around the castle, these ones are not lit, and you can see dust-laden cobwebs draping the hall, ceiling to wall to floor. Looks like there's a few doors in and out of this room as well, but nothing else in this area for the moment. As you have a bit of a look around, it seems strangely empty.
Oh, it's Froggy says it's empty. Let's get up there. It's some kind of throne room or like king's audience chamber kind of thing.
Oh, okay. So, but does the compass point that way? Or does the compass say we need to keep going up?
This is up.
But there's more up. Well, okay, let's go.
Well, I won't know until we go up another floor.
All right. Well, up it is. Tally ho!
Perfect.
Step.
As you make your way up to the floor above, I will move you across.
Still watching behind
to a new map
with Draco.
No sign of any pursuit, Tithla, as you begin to follow. Doesn't seem to be any sign of anyone following you. No sign of any stone statues or unexpected movement. If anything, the castle seems strangely quiet and still.
It's strangely quiet and still.
Yeah. As you make your way up, Theo, collect your little frog companion, put him back on your shoulder. You can see a set of double doors directly towards the east from where you're standing, as well as a smaller wooden door down towards the southeast.
So this is the second level that we shouldn't go to, right?
Potentially, it could also be one below the level we're not meant to go to, but it is looking a bit crappy on the floor, so maybe that's why she don't want us to go.
That's fair. What does the compass say?
Yes.
Killian, as you look at the compass, it looks like it's pointing up, still higher.
Need to go up another floor, so I don't know what's on the floor that Katerina told us not to go to, but it's not our objective. Our objective is this, and I gestured towards where the skull is.
This could still be the... I guess this probably couldn't be the... Because this would be the second floor, wouldn't it? This is either the second or the third floor.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be the first floor.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. We came up one level before I cast the spell, which then said we needed to go up at least another 2 levels. So no matter what way, we're definitely past the second
before we get
floor.
too carried away, that landing was not a true level. you would all know that a landing on stairs is not a separate level. There was no floor here. It was just a landing.
Apparently we don't know.
Your characters know. Your characters know that a landing is just it's just a point for the stairs.
We wouldn't.
I take it back. Your
It's
characters
the
have no
bar.
fucking clue what's going on. Killian, yeah, you think probably it's floor 4 you need to get to, or 5.
In the
Hell,
payroll, we go floors A, B, C, D to avoid this confusion.
no.
You go one. You go one.
1B, 3C. Yeah.
That
It's
sounds like
it's
such
by
a
seasons,
sensible
Theo.
way
You
to
do it by seasons. This is the summer floor, and then there's the winter floor,
Okay, well then.
which is by
This-
flowers.
this is-
This is the
this is
peony
the-
floor.
Does it not get confusing when you do midsummer and late summer? I
I'm
don't know.
already confused.
Anyway, I'm just going where the compass is telling me to, whether it's on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 10th, 8th, basement level 1, 2, 5. I'm just going to follow that.
Well, can we see stairs? Is this one over here? Is that the other way down that we saw from the other?
That's the other way down, yeah, because there were 2 sets of stairs that led up to this floor. As you saw, just the knights on either side. I assumed you took the ones that were slightly more towards the east, the closer ones.
Yeah.
After checking
Alright.
out the knights, you didn't get too close, then you sort of made your way back up. It didn't sound like you guys were doing much with the armor, unless you wanted to have a close look at the armor in any other way. That didn't sound like you guys were too interested.
Is there any form of open padlock on these double doors over here?
No, that's the interesting thing. As you have a bit of a closer look at these double doors in front of you, there's no obvious padlocks, there's no obvious not hinges. There's no obvious bolts or latches or anything like that. It just looks like a set of doors.
Okay, I go over and try to open it.
I thought we were going up.
We also need to find these stairs.
Okay, that seems fair.
That does check out, not gonna lie.
That tracks.
As you make your way over towards the double set of doors and begin opening them, you hear the sound of a gentle cough coming from the door towards the south. And then silence again.
Yeah, so I'm going to open a little bit and slip Froggy through.
As this seems to be coming from the south, not through the doors that you're about to open, but the door towards the south. But yeah, I mean, as you slip the doors open and push.
The door to the south. It's all in darkness.
What was that? Sorry.
I cannot see a door to the south.
Is it easier if I do that?
Is it the single door?
Okay, I'm just going to. I see. Okay.
Aha.
Okay, yeah.
As you make your way over, so don't go through doubles first. As you open up the double doors and push Froggy through, as you look into the room beyond, you can see another set of double doors literally 10 feet ahead. This is a tiny corridor, 10 foot wide, stretching north to south. Looks about sort of 30, 40 feet long. At the end of each hall, floating in the darkness, bobbing up and down, you can see human skeletons clad in rusted armor and tattered livery.
Do I recognize the livery?
As you look a little bit closer, trying to peer through the darkness, it's hard to say, Theo. You're going to have to get a little bit closer as you kind of peer through Froggy's eyes. Unless Froggy's hopping right up towards the skeletons, it's hard to sort of make out the livery.
Did I mention that Fey frogs have excellent night vision?
Fey frogs might, but you've summoned a frog.
It has the Fey trait.
It does have the Fey trait. Does it have dark vision? Jacob's been waiting so long. Does it have dark vision? Frogs are pretty good. Frogs are pretty good with nighttime.
I give it to
I
it.
do have dark vision. It does have 30 feet of dark vision. Go frog, go!
Go frog, go. As the frog sort of makes another hop closer, Theo, you can see that the skeletons aren't actually moving per se. It looks like there's a very gentle breeze coming through a crack in the floorboards above, rustling the clothing of the skeletons. In fact, the skeletons are completely still. And you can see through Froggy's eyes little bits of wire wrapped around some of the bones holding them together. The livery, as you have a bit of a closer look, yeah, it looks like it was once very close to the colours and the markings that you've seen on the banners for Castle Ravenloft. It looks like these were once Ravenloft guards.
It seems like Strahd has taxidermied his old guards of a sort.
Did you say that, Theo?
Like,
does that sound likely? I mean, you've spent a bit of time with Strahd now. As you say that, this doesn't seem like something he'd fuck about with. Just
Why is it here?
just use magic, right?
Maybe he liked arts and crafts that day.
Maybe.
That's pretty messed up.
He's been here for thousands and thousands of years. I think he'd get bored and try something at least once.
Yeah.
A display or a punishment, maybe.
Is there any other way to go beyond the skeletons, or is it just a hallway of skeletons?
No, so the skeletons are. I'll drop you in so you can see what your frog sees. It's literally just a hallway with skeletons at either end. It looks like this is maybe a guard post to help protect or prevent people who might have come into the castle for an audience with the ruler, to prevent them going too much further on into the bowels of the castle. In fact, there's another set of double doors just 10 feet in front of you. As literally as you walk into this room, there's another set of double doors right there.
Too big for Froggy to open by himself, though, eh?
You push him
How
through?
strong are frogs?
Yeah, can he Froggy fit through the gaps?
No, the doors are well made. It's very hard to push through.
Alright, well, there's spooky skeletons. Seems to be a guard post. I'm thinking if we have to go through there, they might attack.
Are you talking to us?
Yeah, I'm not in there. I'm back with you guys, seeing through the eyes of the frog,
Just the
relaying
frog.
what frogs see.
Gotcha. That's pretty weird. What
If you-
about the other door?
Well,
Yeah.
I'll pull Froggy back and dismiss him into his pocket dimension, pop him back out here with us. Let's go try the other door, and I will go try down and repeat the Froggy through the door strategy down here.
Down at the south. As you
Could you not maniacally cackle when we try and do something?
how quietly, how carefully are you opening this door? And are you just sort of gently nudging the frog in through a tiny crack, or are you just yeeting it into the room?
The tiniest crack, quietly and carefully.
Okay.
I vote yeet.
I vote yeet. It's a lot funnier for me to describe this next scene if you choose yeet, just saying.
No,
No, it's okay. I'm not going to win.
Is it worth
Yeet.
Alright, let's go to each boys, let's go! It's like a little flashbang grenade. I'm throwing Froggy in.
As you head down towards this single door, Theo, you very quiet. Do you want to make me a stealth check? I want to see how stealthy you're being too. This is going to be important as well.
Turns out new Theo is not very good at stealth.
Ah, that's a shame.
Oh no. But it's a flashbang, so it's okay.
Apparently new Theo is great at stealth.
That's a 19. Theo, as you open the door, it's almost the highest you could have got. You +0. as you open the door and throw the frog in. Are you looking through the frog's eyes as you throw it so that you get the full experience, like sailing through the air?
Oh, you're gonna throw up, dude.
Yeah. Theo, this is what you see as you hurl Froggy in through the door. As you suddenly move your eyes to look through your frog, the room has shelves and shelves of dusty scrolls and tomes lining the walls, all over the floor, scattered about. You can see more scrolls and books in various states of being cared for and decayed. And in the very center of the room are 4 heavy wooden chests fitted with iron locks. There's only one space on the floor not really covered with flotsam and jetsam, with all this chaos, and that's directly in front of the doors that you've just thrown your frog through. And in the very center of the clutter, a giant black desk sits, and you can see a figure crouching atop a stool, scratching on this very long ream of paper with a dry quill pen. And as you throw the frog in, you watch as this elderly man with white hair, balding on top as his hair has receded, but a bit of the mullet still flowing down the back of his clothing. And as he looks up, moustache curled around, very sad eyes, his eyes go wide as the frog flies towards him in the room. And you hear, "Ah!" as you throw the frog in, as it lands on the scrolls with a clutter. The figure throws himself backward off the stool and lands heavily on the floor. You hear this, "Oh! Oh!" As you do that.
There seems to be some manner of old codger behind this door. I think it is relatively safe. He was seemingly taken out by the Froggy missile.
Okay.
I said we breach, and we questioned him. Zarach
Okay.
is a room too.
We need
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a picture of him so you can enjoy the full experience. Here you go.
Okay. Well, we're going to see him in a second. Oh my god, that's an old dude.
I'll bring it across to the map so everyone can enjoy. For podcast viewers, I think I did a pretty good job describing this old man as you hurl a frog at him from on the other side of the room. Perfect. Let me open up the double doors.
Those eyes have seen some stuff.
Those eyes have seen some shit. As you all move into the room, you watch as the figure slowly pulls himself up on his hands and he's slipping on the scrolls that cover the floor. And as he peers through cataract-ridden eyes, he goes, "Hello? Hello? Who are you? What are you doing in here?"
Alright, old man, I have some questions for you. 1, where's the skull? 2, give me the skull.
What
3,
skull?
my name's Tithla.
As he slowly stands up, you can see bolted around his ankle to the desk is a manacle and iron chain.
No.
What skull? What are you talking about?
Never mind, why are you chained to his desk?
What?
What? Did I stutter?
What?
Yeah, answer the questions. Where's the skull? Why's the skull? My name's Tithla, and why are you on the desk?
Who are you? What are you doing in here? You shouldn't be in here.
Well, why are you in here?
I'm an accountant. Castle Ravenloft.
Okay,
I'm the bookkeeper for the Lord Strahd.
Okay.
Does he have a lot of books?
Well, there's a lot of finances and various things that need to be kept controlled and managed, and I'm here to do it.
Why would he need that? He is the absolute authority in the realm. I would expect money to have almost no meaning to him.
Oh, but the taxes, the people pay. The taxes people pay. To Strahd.
Even care about the taxes? He has. What does
He chained me to a fucking desk. I think he cares.
Well, why did he chain you to the fucking desk?
Because I refuse to come.
What?
Excuse me, what now?
I knew I was going to regret that the second I said it. I knew that was going to be turned around. I was like, if only I could rewind time just for a moment. Undo that. Because I refuse to serve. No, that's not great. I was about to say I refuse to service him. That's even worse.
With the chains and everything?
No, the chains weren't enough to get me going. I refused to work for him.
Oh, okay, but you're now working for him, so maybe you should have not refused?
But I didn't be... Stop confusing me. What are you doing in here?
Oh, would you like us to let you out?
Oh, no, don't do that. You don't know what you do.
Okay. Can I have a look at your? Is it your ankle that's attached to it? I just want to make sure your ankle's okay and not hurt. I'm a bit of a medical genius, so I can just put a little ointment on there if it's rubbed raw a little bit. Just let me see if it can be helped.
Oh, that's quite kind of you, young lady. Oh,
thank you.
You're not going to unlock it, are you?
Not if you don't want me to.
No. If he found out I had tried to escape or that people had come in and unlocked the manacle.
I just have some salves here that I can put on it.
Oh, that would be very kind. Thank you. It's been so long since someone's been this nice to me. Thank you, young lady.
This is a pretty low bar.
Well, I have been chained in this room for almost 16 years now.
16 years?
I was I was still a spring chicken.
Well,
I doubt that.
You say you are here to keep the books, but why are all the books in tatters on the ground?
They're not tattered. I'm organizing them.
They are rotten. You are shit at your job.
Well, it's hard to see some of the pages. It sort of all swims together, and the yellow scrolls. Everything looks. It's hard to kind of see what's happening.
I'm beginning to think that perhaps Strahd does not care about his taxes.
Well, he must care. He's chained me up here for 16 years to do them.
I think he must have forgotten that he chained you up.
No, he can't have forgotten me. No, I've only got 4 years left before he agreed I'd be let go. No, take it back, he hasn't forgotten me.
I think he's probably forgotten you.
Yikes. No, he hadn't. You watch as the old man gets quite flustered. Tithla, you're heading over to try and do a bit of a medicine check, it sounds like. 14?
Yep, just to, try and some salves or whatever, chew up some leaves that'll help, but make sure it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, as you look around, this manacle around his ankle, Tithla, it's been here for a long time. The
Highly
skin
calloused.
has scarred and formed almost like a callus around the edges, but there are sections where the metal has worn against his skin and broken through, creating these weeping sores that probably never heal properly, Tithla. And as you have a bit of a look, you pull out your salves, pull out your medical kit, begin making a few dressings, a few poultices to kind of cover and protect the area, pulling out a bit of linen as well to wrap around the edge of his leg and protect it as best as you can from these manacles that have been rubbing against his legs. While Tithla's doing that, Theo and Killian, what are the two of you doing? It sounds like Theo's abusing this elderly man, so verbally. So Killian, what are you doing, I guess, is the better question.
I'm just looking at my compass trying to find the stairs.
The compass, unfortunately, doesn't point to stairs, but it does point upwards. At this point, it seems like you're directly underneath, almost directly underneath where you need to be.
Right, okay. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you being insulted by my friend here. Do you know where the stairs are?
Stairs? Oh, back out there. They head back down to the main corridor.
Right, okay, thank you. And I walk out.
Oh, bye,
No,
young
he
man.
said down. You gotta come back. We want to go up.
Yes, he said the stairs were back out there. I'm looking to go
The
upstairs.
stairs down. You said where are the stairs? The stairs down are just behind you, back out through the corridor.
You're bad list.
Upstairs, you geriatric fool.
What? I can't hear your goat bleats.
He
What?
said upstairs, you geriatric fool.
Oh, no, you can't head upstairs. Absolutely not. No, that's...
Yeah, okay, no, so we just want directions on how to not go upstairs so we don't accidentally do it.
Does the master know you're here?
Yes, he does, obviously. Otherwise, how would we be roaming around his castle? Do you think he is such a fool as to not know where his guests are in his own house?
Make me a
You dare
deception.
insult him like this?
Make me a
You dare
deception.
insinuate that he is such a fool?
Make me a deception check with advantage. Well argued. Amazing. 14. 13. We'll take the 14. Theo, you watch as he looks around a little bit concerned, and his eyes flick over to the door directly behind him.
Is that where his stairs are? That we're not meant to go up?
Only the master's servants use those stairs when they want to collect the papers that I've been working on and to yell at me.
And roughly how many years ago was the last time they did that?
This morning.
Are you sure it was this morning and not 2 years ago?
Yes, no, they came and collected, and they haven't brought me any new papers for a day or two, but I'm expecting more of the rents to come through soon, and I'll have to process those and mark them off.
Okay, well, how about this? We won't tell the master that you insulted his intelligence by pretending he doesn't know where his guests are. And in exchange, we won't tell him that we applied ointment to you and gave you some semblance of comfort. Sound fair?
You're not here. You're not here with the master's blessing, are you? You're not supposed to be here.
Let's just pretend you never saw us, and we'll pretend that you didn't tell me that you desperately wanted us to let you out. Yeah? Sound good?
I'm sorry, I don't remember him saying that. I think I remember
This
him
is
saying
another one of those bruises we were talking about.
Wait, do I have to add someone else to the list?
No, it's like the hemorrhoids. It's okay.
Oh. Okay.
Do we have an agreement, old man?
Are you here to steal from the master?
No, we're not here to steal from the master.
The doorway there will take you upstairs.
And did you ever see us?
See who?
Exactly. Good man. And I'll tell him we never saw you out there. All right, cheerio.
Oh, young lady. No, not you two. Fuck off. Young lady. Do I have a word, please? Sorry. I know exactly what's going to get Haz, and I like to default to it when we're playing a slightly, I don't want to call this canon adjacent session tonight. But no, I don't know. Young lady, come here a second. Come here a second.
Hello. What's your name?
Tithla, you say. My name is Leif. Leif Lipsiege.
Leifth.
Leif.
Like out of the Del Toro Quest books.
I've not heard of those books, but they sound marvelous, and everyone should read them. There's a new series by that author I hear that is also going to be fabulous. Tithla.
Yeah. Do you know how old those books are now?
I don't. I'm concerned that if you tell me, I'm going to feel like this voice is a rather more accurate one than I would.
They're very fucking old.
I can imagine.
I think it was their 20th anniversary just recently.
Fuck me. Fuck off, young goblin. Tithla.
Yeah. Hi.
What has brought you here to this castle? What are you searching for? I might be able to help you, the master. There are all sorts of treasures hidden within these walls, some of which I know about, some of which I don't. You have shown me kindness, not bleated at me like a rancid goat, or wandered out in the midst of my conversation.
Yeah, he's not very nice sometimes.
Leif knows many of the treasures around here, but what are you searching for? I might be able to help you.
Well, we're just looking for the skull.
What? You've mentioned the skull before. What skull is this? There are many skulls in this place.
The skull of Argynvost.
Argynvost. I feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah, it was the big dragon. You know, the suits of armor. Actually, you probably don't know what's outside of the door because, you know, you've been locked here for a bit.
It's been 16 years. I couldn't quite recall the layout of the room beyond, apart from the narrow slit in the doorway I occasionally glimpse as they bring me more papers and more gold.
Yeah, well, there was like a castle and a whole army of people who tried to rise up against...
Oh, I was doing a review of some of the treasures looted from there. Oh gosh, which chest are they in? As he looks over the 4 chests.
There's 4 chests of paper?
There's 4 giant iron-banded chests in this room, Tithla. I did definitely describe them as you walked into the room.
Forgot about them.
Oh, yes.
What? Would you like some help looking for it? Can you reach them?
Oh, no, I could reach the chests fine. I remember Argynvost. So you're looking for the skull. What type of skull is this? You said a dragon skull.
A dragon or a human.
There's many human skulls here.
It would probably be one of Strahd's, like... when I say Strahd, I mean, like, the big boss. Probably be one of the boss's most prized possessions.
It could be down in the bone room.
Down in the bone room? That seems unhelpful.
There's a bone room where Strahd keeps many of his hunting trophies. I've heard it mentioned more than once. A few floors below us.
Up? I have information that potentially it's up from here.
Oh, up. Well, most of the chambers.
Potentially, it is up.
Most of the chambers, personal chambers and resting rooms are upstairs. But there is also another entrance hall. Perhaps the skull is there on display at the moment.
Okay. Is that up from here?
Yes, 1 floor above, the 2nd floor.
Isn't this the 3rd floor?
This is the 1st floor. You've come from the ground floor. 1 floor above would be the 2nd floor. Only a real moron would really struggle to understand such a simple concept. A ground floor at the level of the ground, and then everything above that would be floors 1 and upwards.
I'm really sorry. I'm just a simple goblin.
Oh no, I'm not worried about you. It's that dumb
sometimes.
goat that I think would be struggling with such a concept.
I've seen a goat before. I don't think you'd like it. That's funny.
Some guy's gonna walk over and open one of those chests.
You go to open it. The chest rattles. Oh no! Stop that! If you try to steal from those chests before I've inventoried them, I'll fight you.
You're chained to a desk and you're old, and I am a large goat man.
We're not going to try and steal. He's going to put everything back where it came from.
We've lost you a bit there, Jacob. I don't know what's happening.
What? He's not going to steal from you. He's just going to put everything. He's just going to have a look and then put everything back where it came from. Aren't you, Theo?
Yes, unless I think I could use it more than you could, then yes.
Well, isn't it just paperwork in there? I don't think you like paperwork.
Is it paperwork inside?
Yes.
I think you are lying to me.
No. Why would I lie to you, person who threatened my life?
Insight check.
Yeah. You can do an active one. I'm relying on your passives for how I'm acting with him. That's a natural 20. Killian. Not only is this old man lying, there's a bit more going on here that you've realized. When he said that he would fight Theo, he wasn't looking at Theo, but rather looking past him. Hanging down from the ceiling, just from the floor above, is what looks like a bell pull that one might use to ring a bell high above to summon help. The old man glanced towards that. When he said, "I'll fight you," that's what he was looking at, and it's in the opposite end of the room than the chests. So if someone was to go for the chests, he'd be in a perfect position to reach up and pull the bell rope. In addition, this old man definitely does not want to be freed. He's terrified of the consequences if he's freed. The things he was saying before about being here for 16 years, having 4 years left, all true. You don't get the sense he's lying. He's definitely keeping Tithla talking. Not because he's got anything nefarious in mind, Killian. This is what you get for the natural 20. Not because he's got anything nefarious in mind. He's really lonely, and Tithla has shown him kindness, and he is desperately trying to keep that conversation going as long as he can. And there is because Theo and Killian, you could both kind of overhear as you got to the edge of the stairs. You could kind of hear what was happening. I assumed you weren't just heading upstairs, leaving Tithla behind with this unknown old man. As you sort of listened in and heard, you could hear what he was offering to help her find something, give her some treasure. Thank her. That was sincere. He is annoyed. There is a level of annoyance that there are treasures in his castle that he's not allowed to catalogue and document. He's literally chained to a desk to manage all of the bookkeeping of this castle, and Strahd doesn't even let him do that 100%, doesn't even trust him to do that 100%. That actually pisses him off a little bit. You think the Stockholm Syndrome's gotten quite advanced at this stage, Killian, is what I'm going to say. Yeah. But Strahd Syndrome. He really, really does not want you to open those chests. It is fear that he is feeling. That there will be consequences for him if things aren't present in those chests. If it's robbed from these chests in particular, it's going to be problematic. But he was offering other items. Any other questions with a natural 20? Because that's a total of 27. So if there's anything else you wanted to know that kind of fits in around that, let me know.
When you say that you're going to fight us if we try to open the chests,
I've got a mean right hook.
Would you try and fight us if we were to go upstairs?
No. Our previous agreement was that I had no idea who you were, and if you passed through, I must have been napping.
Okay. I'll look to, because I'm standing near where the stairs are to go up. I don't think it's worth us causing any problems for this gentleman, for this kind gentleman who hasn't seen us. I don't think there's any point in us causing him any issues by trying to open these chests. Let's just carry on with the job that we have to do. If we steal anything other than what we are looking for, it's just going to cause more problems, not just for us, but...
Thank God I lost the key 6 months ago.
Do you have like a pair of broken eyeglasses that you previously used to look before you became unable to look at things very good?
I haven't seen sunlight in 16 years. My eyes aren't working quite like they used to. I didn't need eyeglasses before I came in. I do now suspect. Potentially I do. As you look at his cataract-ridden eyes.
Yeah, does a cataract count as an object by any chance?
Does it count as an object? No, because it is the natural human lens that's just grown too dense to allow passage of light.
Yeah, so bending won't work.
No, unfortunately, it is biological tissue. It's just a cataract is literally just your natural human lens that's grown too thick, and now it's blocking light instead of allowing it through. That's literally all it is. Natural part of the eye aging.
Would that count as partially having the blinded condition?
Yes, it would, Killian. Would you like to cast Lesser Restoration on him?
Yeah, please.
I'm going to allow this. I'm going to absolutely allow this.
If you don't mind, may I just place my hand on your head?
Oh, sorry, Killian. We were having a conversation. I'm in the middle of a conversation, and you've just walked over and put your hand near his face and said, "Can I touch you for a second?"
I'm sorry, Tiflo. It's just
take more than a second.
Not for Killian, it won't.
I'm so sorry. It's infectious, this mood.
Premiere horror campaign.
It's because, do you know what it is? It's because we've got the Blinsky special coming up so soon. I could feel it. We're getting the shadow.
We do the Blinsky special, we're going to be deadpan serious throughout the whole thing.
It's the pre-shocks of Blinsky. Now, we're using it all up. All this energy is going to be gone. Blinsky's going to be 100%, as you say, Josh, just like really, really like serious Blinsky adventure.
Land. Sorry, if you don't mind, Killian, we are talking. You've just interrupted.
I just wanted to see if I could help this gentleman out. That was all.
Are you a medical genius like your friend here?
I'm not anywhere near as good as my friend here, but I do have some abilities that I.
He's being modest. He's a genius, sir. I'm just a genius.
No,
I'm not sure that's a word.
What, you've been out of the game for 16 years. Things have developed.
Oh my god, you're right. Language has changed.
Mm-hmm. That's what they say the youths of today. You never understand what they're talking about with their riz.
What?
Exactly.
What? What?
Is that a thing from Nostea? I've never heard of that before.
Unfortunately.
No, it's the youths.
It's
everywhere.
just all youths everywhere.
I've really been out of the game for a long time.
It's quite all right. Elf. Man, I don't know your name. I'm sorry.
I apologise for being rude earlier. My name is Killian.
Killian.
Killian, this is Leaf.
I'm not sure I need much more healing. Tithla has already treated the damage to my ankle from this manacle.
I'm just going to bop you on the head if that's okay.
So what? Is this more you speak?
Slap it in.
I just donk.
As you cast Lesser Restoration, you watch as the cloudiness behind his irises begins to slowly clear and fade away. And you watch as he blinks, goes, "Oh, my eyes are stick. Oh, my sweet sunlight. I can see. Oh, you're green." As he looks down at Tithla. So here's a fun side effect. Cataracts dye things slightly yellow, and so if you add more yellow to green, it just made her look like she was really tanned. Oh, my goodness! You've healed my sight. You are a medical genius, sir.
Genius eye. Plural.
Genius eyes. As Tithla spoke, this is marvelous. I could see. My hip, it feels. Sort of moves around. It feels mobile again. I
had nothing to do with that.
Oh, I think that might be the placebo effect then. Never mind. So, who are you people? You're clearly not with the master. You're showing me great kindness. I must repay this somehow.
So if you know about the skull that's up.
As I said, if the first place I will look for a skull is the bone room down in the lower basement. Basement
I've
1,
got
we
another
call
question. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know about our friend Grinner?
Grinner? Describe him for me?
Yeah.
Or her for me?
Like, he's weird. He's kind of an alcoholic, but not so much anymore. He likes to wear his old army trench cloak because he thinks it's cool, but really it's just hot and heavy. Leads to a bit of a smell. He's new here.
Is he the one with a massive scar around his neck? You know, the most defining physical feature that one could possibly take away from seeing him.
I think so. I try to not really look at people for what their face is and try to more see who they are on the inside.
He looks down at the knives at your belt and the bow on your back, takes that very literally and nods. I didn't know his name, but he was sent in here to give me food a couple of times.
Was he nice?
He seemed all right, didn't talk to me very much. I think he said, "You poor bugger," one time and then just left.
Okay.
He did sneak me a wee little dram of whiskey once. That was nice.
He loves his whiskey.
He said he didn't need it anymore. It wasn't the same. Didn't taste the same. He seemed quite sad about that.
Which is interesting, because tonight he said that he was going back to the drink after having seen us.
Oh.
I don't know what that was about.
He just looks really, Leaf looks really uncomfortable for a moment as you share this. Oh. Righto.
Another question.
Oh, yes.
Do you know of anyone who's escaped? Like anyone who has like been brought in to serve and then got out? Does that happen?
He shakes his head very slowly and very sadly, Tithla. No, never.
What? Why not?
But the master, Strahd, he surely you understand what you're going up against. He's all powerful here. This is the center. This is the seat of his power. I mean, he's like a god.
But they could leave if they wanted to, right?
I think most people know better than to try. I certainly wouldn't try. Not when I'm so close to the end of my tenure here.
No, of course, I get that.
Do you really think he will let you go at the end of your tenure?
Well, he promised. It was the agreement. He promised. He must do.
I mean, either you've been productive in your job, in which case I don't think he would let you go, or you've not been productive in your job, in which case I think he will kill you.
No. The agreement was I served for 20 years as his bookkeeper, and then I would be free to leave. With a tidy sum of gold to thank me for my efforts, a chance to set up in the beautiful village of Barovia and rejoin my family.
What was your family's name?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you have a better question, actually.
What was your family's name?
Well, my wife is Dana Lipsage. 2 children, I imagine they're a bit older now, probably have moved out.
What were their names?
Samuel was the eldest. Gosh, he'd be in his 30s now.
He wasn't like giant and worked at a store, did he?
No, he was 10 when I left. He might have grown into a giant. He might have started working at a store.
So he'd probably be 26 then.
Yes, he would be, wouldn't he? I've been here 16 years. Yes, he'd be 26.
Approximately.
No, approximately, yes.
Do any of these names ring any bells?
Tithla, it's been a while since you were in the village of Barovia. As you think over them,
it's been like 2 weeks.
It's been almost a month, actually, since you guys first arrived here, I think. If we track the timelines back, it's been a fair chunk of time. None of those names immediately spring out to you as recognizable. But, I mean, Tithla, Theo, and Killian, you know what's happening in Barovia at the moment. You know the damage that you were able to see on your way to Castle Ravenloft. The situation that's currently unfolding there. It's pretty bad. You've got a bit of a choice here whether or not to share that.
I think I would. Okay, I'm sorry. I have not been kind to you, as that is not fair. But you should know, the town of Barovia has been somewhat under siege. We plan to do our job here and then get back out there and help them to the best of our abilities. But if we could do something for your family, we will.
Thank you. Thank you, kind strangers. Thank you. It's been so lovely having guests, having a visitor to come and say hello and have a proper conversation. And thank you for healing my eyes. I can't believe it's such power exists in this world.
Out of curiosity, what is in those chests?
Oh, a number of items. Items I haven't finished cataloguing to be taken to the various holds without the castle. I have a report here somewhere. It was just on the floor.
As he looks down at the mass of papers littering the ground underneath him and all over the desk.
It's a sort of yellowish paper, a scroll bound up. I roughly sort of yay big,
as he gestures with his hands and then points at the seemingly infinite number of scrolls scattered about the ground all around him.
Oh. I'm sure we'll find it. Now that I can see, I'd be twice as efficient, 3 times as efficient.
And then he looks down at the page he'd just been writing on and goes,
oh goodness, that's illegible, isn't it?
And then looks up the length of the scroll, and as he starts pulling, you watch as the scroll slides over the desk towards him. He, hand over hand, begins pulling this towards him for a good 10 to 15 seconds, and the scroll just keeps unraveling. You see more and more text in this untidy, cramped scroll that is almost impossible to read.
I'm going to have to do this all over again.
Lucky you got a bit of time to do it.
Hey. Just 4 years left.
Like you've still got 4 years left of your slavery, is what Tithla say.
Look, if you do not want us to get you out of here...
Oh no, the consequences would be dire. No. I must finish my service and then I can leave.
If we are still around in 4 years, we will come back and get you out if you are not... If he does not honor his bargain.
Well, where else would you be?
We go around the place. We are quite productive.
As far as Vallaki? Or
we've been to Kresk.
Oh, you've been to Kresk. What's it like?
Well, we were there 2 days ago.
It's honestly kind of a shithole.
It's not that nice.
Remember my father saying much the same.
There's a big temple.
Yes, that's right. There's a big old temple above it. Well, you lot, if you're not supposed to be here, you better mosey on. You better move quite quickly. And make sure you head upstairs. If you come back down this way, I'll close the door behind it again. Didn't see anything.
Well, because of the blindness, right?
Shit, I'm going to have to pretend I'm still blind, aren't I?
Yeah, for a little bit. Maybe slowly improve.
Is that...
Maybe the whiskey's been helping you improve.
Does that normally happen? Do eyes get better like that?
I'm pretty sure that, eyes are one of those things that regenerate and improve over time.
Like nipples?
You can train your eyes, yes, like muscles.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Excellent.
It's like if you spend a lot of time trying to read things in the dark, it's like they get sore and they hurt, but then they get stronger, like muscles. When you do push-ups, they get sore and then you can't lift things as good, but then you get stronger after that. It's just like your eyes.
That makes perfect sense.
Nobody listen to anything he is saying. I cannot restrain myself. Do not listen. He is completely lying. Don't listen to anything.
Oh yeah, that sounds marvelous. Oh good. Oh, quick, go. Quickly now.
Yes, we should go. I think, judging by things, we might have about, 15 minutes left to find this skull.
Well, let's get going.
So specific. As you rush past and make your way upstairs, let me reveal a little bit more of the staircase to you.
Goodbye, Leif. It was nice to meet you.
Goodbye, Tithla. It was nice to meet you too.
Hey, wait, one more question. Do you know anything about the statues that move when you blink?
The gargoyles. You haven't caught their eye, have you?
Well, they were watching us, and then I blinked and one moved away.
He rushes over and slams the door that you just came through shut. Not the door to the stairs, the door back into the main hall. He goes,
if you've got one of them on you, you're going to need to be very careful. They can see everything. They follow you around looking like statues blending in with the stonework.
Is it anything that we can do for it to not follow us?
Well, no, I'm pretty sure they just find you and tear you apart. I'm so sorry.
That's fine then. That's a shame. That's gonna hurt, I imagine.
Oh, I imagine so. You run, or get back to where you need to be. If you've been allowed into parts of the castle, yes. If you have not, then I'm so sorry.
Will you be okay? Because you didn't see us, right?
Who?
That's us.
Go quickly now. You don't have time for this. You need to run.
Okay, bye.
As you make your way up the spiral staircase, you can see this staircase heads down as well, probably to the floor below. And at this moment, you realize you might have a quick and easy pathway back down to the dining room if you should need it later.
Cool.
Let me bring you across to the upper floor. As you make your way up the spiral staircase, the cobwebs choking this part are dense, the roof almost covered in this mass of tangled white threads. But as you get to the top of the staircase, you can see a doorway towards the east that isn't locked. In fact, it's not even fully closed. The door is slightly hanging open, occasionally drifting ever so slightly in this sort of semi-phantom breeze.
Killian, what does your magic compass tell us?
Straight ahead, Killian.
Looks like it's straight ahead. I haven't got much time left on the spell, and looking at my updates, I can't cast the spell at a higher strength. So it looks like it's locked to my magical power of its original level.
Well, let's go.
That was a lot of words for not a lot that I understood.
Killian, if you want to spend a warlock,
anything.
if you need to spend a warlock spell slot of a high level to cast the spell, that's not a problem. You're allowed to do that. Of course
Okay.
you are. That's.
I was just looking at it, I was like, can I upcast it?
Yeah. Any spell can be upcast. It's just you don't get additional effects if there's none specified when you upcast it. So any spell can be cast with a high spell slot, just not with a lower one, obviously. If that's not an official rule in the 2024 handbook, then I guess that's our latest and newest homebrew rule that we're working on. Because of course you can.
Yeah. If it goes to run out, then I will use it. I do get a little something when I'm within 30 feet of the skull.
I will let you know when that happens. Is that something the compass begins spinning around in a circle? Shall we say? Or did maybe the crystal starts glowing?
Yippee!
Oh yeah, that happens. Okay. Fireworks pop out.
It
goes,
have
yippee!
arrived at your destination.
Yeah. In 200 meters, you have arrived at your destination. Is what you hear from the compass. But yeah, as you carefully push on the wooden door, the room beyond is much the same as the corridor here, choked in cobwebs, overgrown with these tangled threads. 2 alcoves branch off from the room, and at the far end you can see another door heading into presumably another room beyond. The other thing that you notice inside this room here as well, the door at the far end seems to be engraved steel, delicately engraved. Intricate detail standing out clearly on the surface, and it doesn't seem to have been afflicted by the same age and verdigris rust that much of the other metal in the castle has. In fact, this door seems to almost shine with a very gentle, soft glow of its own. And flanking the door in the alcoves that are cast in shadow, you can see a dark figure, almost humanoid, standing in the alcoves, unmoving. And on the steel door, you can see what looks like engraved images of a horse, an armored figure, mountains. It's hard to see exactly from where you are, but it looks like there's a scene engraved on this steel door.
That's a lot of effort to engrave that on there.
It is a lot of effort, Tithla.
Well, shall we open it?
Well, this is where the compass is pointing, isn't it? I guess so.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Can your frog fit under the door?
I suspect this door is quite well made.
Well, I mean, you know what they say about assumptions.
They stop your frog from getting squished?
They make things go faster. So let's just go for it.
Very good.
Perfect.
All right.
As
Push the door open. Ha ha!
As you move up towards the doorway, Tithla, it sounds like you and Theo kind of taking the lead here as Killian takes a moment to check his compass. Would that be fair to say?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
A shadow
without
of a doubt.
Any other thoughts or considerations for one's own safety, health, well-being, prosperity.
You're ticking all my DM boxes. As you
it.
step up towards the
your
doorway,
box, Owen.
Tithla, you watch as the figures, these two vaguely humanoid-shaped figures, seem to twist and almost shimmer for a moment, and then you watch as the robes begin to move with these writhing shapes, and as they drop to the floor, hundreds of rats begin to spill out, rushing over as they begin swarming over you and Theo. That is where we're going to leave things for tonight, as these rats begin swarming towards you, tumbling out of the robes, having formed these figures drenched and draped in shadow. They tumble over each other, squeaking as the tiny sounds of claws skittering on stone make way as you feel them dig into the clothes, the trousers and pants around your legs as they begin climbing up your bodies. Perfect. I think that's a very nice cliffhanger to leave us on for 2 weeks, because obviously next week is our Blinsky special for Halloween. Now, Josh has had to duck out for 2 seconds. It'd be very funny if he doesn't come back before we finish and we'll just all leave and not give him any context.
Love it.
We've got our Halloween special, which is our Curse of Blinsky special next week. Obviously, each Halloween and for other special events, we do a Halloween special. Normally, the characters play as Blinsky toy versions of themselves in a very high stakes, very canon episode that
Serious.
has real term, really serious, has real term implications and ongoing effects on the world. We are obviously all going to get dressed up as well. I believe the theme that we're going for this year was toy versions. Has everyone got their costumes?
Sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah. How's that for convincing?
That's brilliant. I rolled a natural 1 on my inside. I'm on board. That sounds great, Jake.
We've only had months at this point to do it. So
You've only had months of warning. So I mean, really.
I do have a toy costume, yes.
Fantastic.
Is it green?
Is it Shrock? Is it the McDonald's Shrock? It's the McDonald's Shrek toy that you get. I'm happy.
I promise it is not Shrock. I'm branching out from Shrock. He's lost his
sex appeal, Shrock appeal.
I don't think so.
Shrock value. Shrock is always going to be terrifying. I've got my costume. I'm pretty stoked with it. I sort of went for like the theme of most of our Blinsky specials, which is like 90s toys, and I feel like this is one of those 90 toys. Haz knows what it is. I feel like, if you remember, I think I told you at the wedding. You've forgotten. I'm pretty stoked with it. It's one of those 90s toys that I think most of us would have had. Do you guys remember the plastic castles with like the cannon at the top?
Oh
Yeah, perfect.
Best toy ever made.
Best toy, absolutely. So I've got something planned for that. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. It is wonderful as always to have you come and join our Curse of Strahd. We will be back again, obviously next week for our Blinsky special. Back to our normal, I want to say more serious episodes after that, but tonight's energy was not quite there either. So I guess we'll maintain our normal dipping in and out of seriousness when we feel like it. We obviously have our Return of the Giants homebrew campaign on Wednesday, and finally back with Avatar Legends this Thursday with our Legacy of Kyoshi campaign, which is coming up to a bit of a cliffhanger and a sort of getting towards the end of that particular storyline. So very, very excited to be jumping in back with that. You will be seeing over the next couple of days more episodes of The Wandering Village dropping on YouTube. I've got access to the beta of the new big update that's coming, the research and economy update. I love The Wandering Village. It's such a good game. This new update is massive. It is huge. I've been having so much fun playing around with it. The beta is already so polished. Genuinely, I don't know. They could just release it now. I've not encountered any bugs playing around with it. All the changes they've made, all the additions are excellent. So you'll be seeing that. That'll be dropping tomorrow morning if you're watching us live. If you're watching this recorded, it came out yesterday. You've already seen it. Fantastic. So amazing. I think that's the main announcements. If you're watching us on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are going to go and raid a lovely friend of the channel tonight. That will be... Let's have a quick look and see. Looks like Rollstream are up doing some D&D. And I think they've only been up for 4 minutes, so that should be a good one to go and raid. I will get that all organized and we will jump across and go and raid them. We will be... back before you know it. So stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again very, very soon. But until then, everybody, stay safe, stay well. We'll catch you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.